Hello, everybody. We are so excited because it's our first live of 2025.
Happy New Year, everyone.
How's everybody
Let us know
doing?
how 2025 is going for you guys so far.
For us, honestly, guys, 2025 feels like it's only Jan 3rd today, and it feels like we've done so much. There's so much momentum. Things are so fast. Things are moving so incredibly fast. And you know why that is? It's because that is Earth getting ready for the fifth dimensional frequencies. The denser the reality, like 3D is very dense, so it's very slow. The higher realms are very fast. So the higher the dimension, the higher the vibration, the faster the particles spin. I see Ben, Laura, Sean, Tina, so good to see you guys. All right, so let's get started. So a lot is going on right now. There's Pluto in Aquarius. Like there's a lot of astrological alignments that you guys kind of know about. You know that we're going into the age of Aquarius. You know that something big is happening on the planet. You know we're being prepared for disclosure. You know the galactics are seriously watching like never before. But right now we're on the cusp of something major, of something mega. So in this video, what we're going to do is give you guys a direct insight to a very powerful experience or two we had it that literally created the foundation of this whole video. We had a profound experience with Divine Mother. So there's two experiences I want to share with you guys. One is an experience we had with Divine Mother, and another is an experience we had with the Galactics. Let me start with the Galactics because that's where my heart is. So a few days ago, Siman and I were walking to our favorite vegan restaurant. And as we were walking, before we left for the walk at home, we were meditating. And both of us, when we meditate, we usually like to scour the galactic realms. Like we're not in our head, we're not in the busyness of our mind. So we were scouring the galactic realms to see what was going on. And Siman says to me, he says, holy shit, there's like a lot of focus on our divine mission right now. He said a lot of attention is coming to our mission because of the good work that we are doing. And he said this is the work that's needed most for the planet right now, and the galactics are watching us very closely. And he also, and so I immediately tuned in. I said, oh, wait, I want a piece of this magic. Let me go right in, because I was in a different frequency, and I immediately attuned to the galactic frequency. And guys, what happened, what we were shown was nothing short of humbling. So what we were shown is that a lot of attention is being placed on our divine mission right now. There's a lot of people watching us. There's a lot of resources being sent to us to help us. Also, light workers all over the world are being magnetized to our vortex. Like a higher force has taken over because we were being reminded of the enormity of why we are. And this is going to be a very activating update for all of you watching, because every single one of you watching needs to hear this at some point, because we're going to go very deep with how profound these insights are. We may only be able to cover 15% of the download we got, but we want you to absorb this, okay? So listen to this, not like you're just mindlessly browsing Facebook or whatever, but you're really absorbing this because you're here to create great ripples. So let me get back to the story. So the Galactics basically said, this was very exciting and very humbling for us. They said, Eldora and Siman, you've done very great work since you awoke, in 2012. You've done so many initiatives. We built a full-fledged orphanage in Uganda in the Butebi village just before COVID. We spent 50,000 on it. This was part of our charity. And when COVID hit, we were devastated because all of it was wiped down. We had like 112 or so beautiful children aged 3 to 10 in that school. We were supplying their uniforms, their notebooks, all of it based on the divine work we were doing. We were giving part of our...
I mean, even the construction costs.
Everything. We actually built the structure from scratch. The land was not ours, but we built the whole structure. We funded the vans for the school. We started the New Earth Mystery School. We started House of Ra Ascension Festival. We started Healers Academy. So they said a lot of focus is being placed from the galactic realms on the work you're doing. Now, they also said to us, this is the first time they said this to us in so much clarity. They said also, both of you are being considered for planetary council positions. Not just that, there are many others on planet Earth. There are a few other people on planet Earth, a few other leaders of the light that are being evaluated, groomed, and prepared for these planetary council positions. And as soon as we start speaking with the galactics, we start getting activated, because we forget sometimes on Earth why we are here, the enormity of what we're witnessing as Earth is literally moving from a 3D planet to a galactic society. So just absorb that for a moment. How's everybody feeling? You guys with me? I want to feel your energy. I want to leave us a comment. Galactic society, you guys. How many of you are even tuned into that fact that within a decade, we're going to see major stuff? So they said to us that there are a few reasons why you're being selected for this. And basically, they also said out of all the people that are being trained, you and Siman are the forefront of that list. And with the Galactics, they don't speak in ego. They're very factual. They only give us information that we're meant to receive at the right time. So I said, okay, what makes us the front runners? Is it our, is it our advanced leadership skills? Is it our 5D business codes? We have a lot of advanced codes like advanced communication codes, our project management. There's so many things that we're doing that we may be considered for. And they said there are two main reasons why you're being considered. The first reason they said is because of your extreme and deep love for humanity. It's because of who you are as a soul and your deep love for humanity. Now, I want all of you to absorb this because many of you watching need to hear this. We've forgotten why we've come to Earth. We get so busy in the 9-to-5 hustle into all of the pettiness. And when the guides said that, we both had tears down our eyes. We're like, holy shit. They said, Eldora and Siman, you have no idea how big your hearts are. Don't judge yourself by how you feel right now on planet Earth after all the traumas and after all the backstabbing you've endured and all of that, like all of you. They said your hearts, your alignment to serve humanity is what makes you the front runners. They also said there's another reason why you are being groomed, and this brings me to the forefront of this video. Hey, Serafina, Dilara, so nice to see you guys. They said the second reason why you're being considered is because you guys for the last 7 years, Siman and I have been under extremely vigorous training, and we've had very intense, direct psychology training of human beings. That's the best way I can put it. What does that mean? Extensive experience in dealing with people, dealing with light workers of all frequencies, dealing with egos, dealing with all kinds of human beings, like all kinds of profiles, to prepare us for the Council of Light positions, because in those positions, just our integrity is not enough. Just our love and light is not enough. Just our service is not enough. Just our leadership communication is not enough. They're like, for you to be able to be in that planetary planetary council position. And the way they showed it to us was that all the government structures would have crumbled by then. There wouldn't be any governments. And Siman, you may want to, quickly dive on this, what you were shown. Yeah. Remember how they said Tulum will have its own council?
Yeah, I was shown like this vision by the Galactics that in the very near future, everything on Earth is about to change. The way our governments are organized is going to completely change from this 3D controlled centralized system where the government is becoming like a huge monster where it's taking and sucking up all the resources of the system. There's so much like a waste and so much taxpayers' dollars going to waste, like trillions of dollars, and debts accumulating, all this wars being misdirected. And instead of spending money on projects that benefit humanity, they're actually spending money on destruction, like war and pollution and oil and greed, all of these themes. And now that we're in 2025, the biggest themes of 2025 are that it's the year of completion. Numerologically, 2025 is the year 9, which means all old cycles that have been taking place in this last decade or so are going to come to an end in 2025. And also this is, we're just entering in the end of 2024. We entered the astrological configuration of Pluto in Aquarius. And that's again a revolutionary kind of energy. And Pluto will stay in Aquarius for the next 20 years until 2044. So that means we've just entered the year of completion. And for the next 20 years, we're going to be seeing the destruction and disassembly of the old government and society's control structures. And I was shown a vision by the Galactics where within a decade or so, it didn't even seem that far in the future. Like if I think
5 years,
if I think how much change they showed me, it looks like it happens like in 2050 sometime. Yeah. But they were showing me it happens in 2032, 33.
Unbelievable,
that we
guys.
go through a complete rehaul of our society. And the new form of government is owned by the people. Not owned by the people, it means humans take ownership of the government. Like humans are the ones forming their own councils. Like the general populations of the world are all united, and countries and borders are just going to become very faint. Like there's not going to be any political conflicts between countries, because humanity, once we go through this great awakening, which we're in the process of right now, we're all going to unite despite all of our differences of caste, color, creed, nation, background, society, class system, money. All of this is not going to matter, because the only people that remain on earth after we go through the changes of this decade are the ones who are aligned with unity consciousness and service to humanity, and they're here to serve the collective. So the new government structures are going to be completely decentralized, and there'll be smaller societies. Like Tulum will be one society with its own central government, with its own central councils. And any member of the population of Tulum could go and become a member of that central council and have an equal say. And they were also showing me that it's not going to be like the old ways where we sit in a circle and vote one by one, and it's like a lengthy process. All the bureaucracy is going to be replaced by blockchain technology. So let's say there's 144 council members. They're all having a blockchain application.
Oh yes, explain this properly. This is extremely exciting.
Yeah,
let me get into it, and then you take exactly. We weren't even planning to tell you guys all this. This is a very loaded transmission, so stay till the end. Welcome to those of you who joined. Make sure you go back and watch the parts you missed, because this is a very deep transmission. So what Siman is talking about was a vision we were shown. I talked about a vision we were shown earlier by the Galactics, where us and other lightworker leaders are being considered for council positions not so far in the future, 5 to 7, max 10 years. And Siman and I were shown visions, very brief visions of what that felt like. And one of the downloads we were given is that each, its governments would have crumbled, and each light leader will have their own tribe. So it's like almost, we don't know what that means, but it's like we'll have our own tribe.
It'll be like, you know how House of Ra is a tribe? All these leaders of light who are having a social media presence and who are actually aligned with doing good for humanity, every single leader of the light will have a global following, and that global following will become a new earth tribe.
Yes.
So a tribe is not like just people sitting in one city. The tribe could be international, but we're all connected with one purpose.
Yes.
And the leader just serves the purpose to set the theme and the direction of the tribe. And
based on what Siman was talking about earlier about crypto and everything, they showed us that all of the leaders of light, so let's say we're one chosen by the Galactics, it's all going to be frequency based. It's going to be based on integrity and communication and leadership and project management. But above all, we were shown that why Siman and I are being considered at the forefront of that list. It humbled us. It's really activated us at a level that nothing else so far has ever activated us, because it's made us realize who we are, why we're here, and the enormity of the mission we're serving, ultimately as ambassadors, as servants to the divine plan, as humble servants to carry out the mission of God on planet Earth, just like all of us light workers are. When I say God, I mean source, I mean prime creator. I'm not talking about some God that's here to punish us, but we're literally sparks of God breathed down. And this crypto system they showed us was, they said all of the important leaders of the light will have some kind of, like, imagine a big quantum screen, galactic technology in front of you. And let's say there's an important matter for Earth that we need to vote on, or let's say there's a budget of $1 trillion that needs to be assigned to either cleaning up the oceans or something else, or some important matters are being discussed. All of us will, through blockchain technology, the leaders of the light will all be united through vibration. The Galactics will bring us all. We might be taken to a spaceship to be briefed on our roles. There's like major galactic stuff coming, and we'll all have the ability to vote with each other, and also our tribes will all have the ability to vote. So each of us will represent our own population. Now let's fast forward to why we are talking about this. Now's when the video really begins, you guys. What we were shown is that because we have this intensive training with human beings in the last 7 years, extensively in Toronto, we've literally been being groomed for this moment. And we talked about how 2025, which is this year, believe it or not, I'm still talking about 25 like it's in the future. We're in 25. And they showed us that 2025, when you add up all the numbers, it adds up to 9. Is it 9?
Yeah.
Or 7?
2025 is 9.
9 is the year of completion. So what they showed us was that many of you are, this is important, many of you are completing the last 7 years of your lessons. You're putting a nice sweet bow on top, you're tying it up with a cherry on top, and you're either moving up in the next year, which is 2026, which adds up to the year 1, which is the start of a new cycle, or you're in the other category where you're not ready to wrap up your lessons because you're not getting your lessons, and so therefore you're repeating the same 7-year cycle all the way up to 2034, which is the next year of completion or year 1 or whatever. Now,
I'm actually curious to know from your comments who here resonates with the idea in their life that you're coming to the completion of a cycle. And by that means, who here is wrapping up a job, finding a new career, starting a new social media account, as
relationship,
you're starting a new relationship that feels more aligned, or making a commitment to focus on your soul's evolution, your soul's path. Let us know in the comments if you are aligned with the completion of an old cycle and if you feel like you're entering a new cycle.
oh, so many are saying, I do,
Ready
I do,
to wrap
I am.
it up.
Even for us, this year is a major year. It feels like everything that we're being prepared for the last 7 years, we're embodying in this year. We're kind of ahead of the game.
Yeah.
We feel like this could be our 2026 because we're 1 year ahead of the game. Like we're ready
We're
already.
actually always energetically positioned as leaders 1 year ahead of humanity, so we can report back and give you guys a heads up. That's our soul's mission.
Yes, yes, I'm loving your comments, you guys. Okay, so now we're going very slow with this transmission because you guys have to really get it, okay? I'm going to go very slow. So what we were also shown is that, you know how there's 2 timelines? There's like the new earth timeline, there's the old earth timeline. This was solidified by Divine Mother in a transmission, which I'm going to talk about in just 1 second, bear with me. But what we're seeing in humanity is that the same, through our 7 to 8 years of intense training with human beings, all kinds of personalities, all kinds of egos, all kinds of vibrations, we've been put through rigorous training. Whew! And finally now we're at the end of that training. We're done. We've wrapped up all our lessons so we can just go into
all
our
of
mastery.
Our ego training was wrapped up in the last cycle.
And also how like to navigate humanity, how to relate to humanity, how to coach and guide and mentor humanity, and how not to judge humanity, right? How not to be hurt by humanity, because we're like here to serve Prime Creator's expansion. We're here to serve the universe ascend. If we get caught in these patterns of like being hurt and whatnot, we're not wayshowers. We're literally getting lost in the karmic debris of planet Earth. Okay, so Siman talked earlier about House of Ra. I'm going to tell you guys what it is today because House of Ra ties into all of this in the most profound way. House of Ra is a 5D Ascension festival that Siman and I host. We're doing one in Tulum, Mexico this year in April, 9th to 14th, 2025. I'll tell you all about it in a second, but I want to get to the teaching first. All the details, tickets, all of that are on houseofra.com. Now, one reminder is that as you listen to the next transmission, I want you to not feel guilty about yourself. I want you to not feel like you're slacking.
Do not criticize yourself.
Yes, it's very important that you don't go into self-criticism, self-blame, or fear, or like, damn, I'm lagging behind, or even, and if you are actually going ahead, I want you to celebrate yourself. So either way, just be kind. You can make this jump because we're giving you the codes. We're literally giving you the codes of New Earth.
And very important, do not compare yourself to anybody. Especially do not compare yourself to people like us who've been doing our work for the last decade. We may be eons ahead of you in terms of soul evolution, but that doesn't mean that you have to feel like disheartened that you have so far to go. It's always about creating a positive mindset and moving forward.
Okay, so I want to get by the divine, even though the Divine Mother transmission was so powerful, I want to get by it fast because after that is when I can really get to the gist of this whole video. The codes I'm about to give you, the codes Divine Mother gave me. So Siman and I do something called, basically Siman and I have been gifted this modality by Archangel Metatron over the last 10 years, many of you know our story, where we are teaching a quantum healing modality called Metatronic Quantum Healing. It's the most powerful healing we've ever experienced on planet Earth. It's the yin, yang, and everything in between of quantum healing. And Siman and I want to embed it in humanity as our gift to humanity, where people don't just learn a healing modality half-assed, but they really, really get into the power of how it can change the world and it can help humanity ascend. Those of you interested can go. Everything we do is on our website, guys. Our website's the main hub. So to check out our healing modality or the Ascension Festival or our mystery school, just go to nems.love. So it's www.nems.love, which stands for New Earth Mystery School, and sign up to our newsletter to be on our mailing list. So Siman and I do this practice where we activate a Metatronic med bed around us. We've been gifted this technology, and it's a crazy story. I won't even go into today is how we were gifted this and how a seer said we've been gifted this technology called a Metatronic med bed. We're going to be teaching our Healer Academy students this. So Siman and I do this regularly where we activate this Metatronic med bed around us, and we go into higher frequencies and light body activations. Last week we were in one such. This is not even 5 days ago, really. It was like just before or just after, like before the New Year's. It was probably a couple days before New Year's Eve. So we were, in that Metatronic medbed chamber, and this has never happened to me. This was the first time this whole experience happened. It happened only to me. I have no idea why. Siman and I were lying next to each other upstairs in our bedroom. And while we were in the med bed, I kept being guided to put my hand like this in it's this lotus position, and put it near my third eye like this. So I kept thinking, I don't know what this is, and I kept putting it in there. And it felt like Divine Mother breathed her essence into me symbolically, but she not
and
only...
And also literally, like something entered you from your crown.
Correct. You want to talk about it real quick? Because I need to hydrate.
Yeah. So it was like we were doing this angel ceremony, and it was a very powerful experience. I was actually in awe when this happened. So from my perspective, it looked like Eldora was getting ready to receive a transmission, and she was telling me that she has to put her hands up like this to receive a transmission from Divine Mother. And a ball of light or something came
like
in very powerfully, and her whole body was shivering with this, and it felt like it was going into all parts and integrating with her.
Oh, and the emerald frequency. It had the color of a deep emerald frequency, but not the emerald that we see on the planet.
Yeah.
It had like a very cosmic, very Merlin, it had like golden sparkles.
Imagine deep ocean with a sparkle of golden light and emerald color instead of blue.
And it came in me. And I looked at him and I said, did that enter you? Did that come in you? And he's like, I see it in you. It felt like the Sophia, Dragon, tangibly. Divine Mother. And usually we both get activations together. We don't know why. And not only that, Divine Mother started speaking through me. It felt like Divine Mother came down, used my vessel as a channel to channel her love and her protective energy towards Mother Gaia, which is planet Earth. And this is what I'm going to maybe give you a demonstration of how the tone I was using, but Divine Mother's energy, many of you may think Divine Mother is all love and light and kind and compassion, but that's far from
fierce.
it. She's so fierce.
Loving, but fierce.
Very wise. She's a force. And when she came in, she gave us a code. She spoke a whole code through me for 30 minutes non-stop, maybe 40 minutes. And Siman was in awe.
I could feel the power. I was literally like watching her in awe.
He was like this. He's like, oh shit.
And I was like, the words coming out of her mouth had so much power and passion. And it was almost like a sacred rage chant that Divine Mother was channeling through us.
Sacred rage.
Eldora will describe what happened next.
Just to give you like remind me later to do a little demonstration of how I was speaking, but let's get to the code. So basically what Divine Mother showed us.
So the codes we're about to share with you are all the downloads we received from Divine Mother in our angel ceremony.
And we may not be able to cover all the codes today, but what we were shown is that, and this is something that we have extensive experience with now, our intention for sharing these codes with you, whether you're a multi-million CEO wanting to get to the next level, or a housewife that's fully on your ascension path wanting to get to the next level, this is for all of you. Anyone who wants to activate your mastery, activate your embodiment, activate your Christed frequency, your divine authority. Siman and I have been there, done that, and we're on our way, and we're still not done. We're never done activating ourselves, but this is huge. This transmission is huge. And you know what? It is so hilarious. It is so basic, but it's not. It is so basic. For me, it's very basic. I'm like, this is so basic. People don't know this. They don't. You don't know this. And this is what shocks me, because this is the operating system of how we live. And this is I can't wait to get into it. So we're going to give you 5 codes. Divine Mother gave us the whole operating system. We can't get through all of this in this video. So we're going to start with just 5 codes today.
And these are the codes that if you apply them in your life, this is how you align with New Earth.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, to give you a bit of preface to this, what we see in our vortex, and that's why we're saying we have all this experience, because we've been doing events for 10 years now. What we see is that we see we attract very high vibrational souls. We don't attract the complainers. We really attract those who are empowered, who believe in the ascension, who want to stop playing small, and who are ready to activate their higher mastery, who are not like wasting time. Everybody that we attract, they're the ones who want to just go on the fast forward path, because they are here to get to New Earth. Now, whether people are wise, rich, high vibration, low vibration, healer or not a healer, awakened in 2012 or been awakened for 20 years, we see the same code either thriving in all of them or some of them, or the same distortion of the code within them. So there's 2 groups we see, and there's a very, very, very stark minority of the higher code of people who are aligned to the 5D frequencies. And I say this very mindfully. I say this with all of my love. I am your biggest cheerleader, literally. It's not you, it's your human mind, it's your programming that's making you unconscious of the fact that you might be choosing the lower timeline for yourself. So let's start with code number 5. This is literally the operating system. These 5 codes we're about to share with you, the mastery codes for 2025, is your next level. 2025 is a year of completion, correct? You're completing all your lessons. These codes are instrumental for you, not just for this year, but for you to enter next year on a higher timeline. If not, you might have to repeat some of the same codes in 2025 for the next 7 years. You know why? Codes repeat every 7 years. The cycles are every 7 years. It's not like in the middle of a cycle you can jump into a higher code. So I want you to absorb this. I don't want you to just rush by it. Open yourself up and absorb it. So code number 5. This might sound the most simple of all codes, but it is the most profound of all codes. And we're going to give you examples of everything. This is the code of gratitude. The code of gratitude. Do you know that in our interaction with humans, students, co-workers, colleagues, whatever, we see that gratitude is easier spoken about, but very hard embodied? Let me give you an example. Someone very close to my heart, close member of our Office of Christ team, very, very sweet guy. He worked with us for 2 years. He's actually been our first, he's been with us since 2021. Very, very aligned to the ascension, but deeply lacking in gratitude. Again, when we say these things, it's not because you're a bad person, because you're unconscious. So basically what happened with this guy was he was getting bonuses. He was getting, free coaching with us. Every time we'd meet, we'd give him all this coaching. The vortex was giving him so much. Like when we went to Croatia, after that we paid for a flight ticket to Thailand because he had helped us with something. Like we were like giving him so many perks, just like we give our other team. But our other team was in gratitude and he wasn't. Now he moved to Tulum, and many times he got this slap by the universe saying, "You're not in your gratitude," and he wept. He wept, and he's like, how can I not be in gratitude for all the abundance that my life, like everything's being showered upon me. I've moved to Tulum. I'm part of a New Earth community. I have a job with the Office of Christ. I'm aligned to the Ascension. I get coaching from Eldora and Siman, like in our private time. But he wasn't in gratitude, and it's not something that he could just embody in a year. For 1 year, he kept getting reminders from the guide saying, "You're not in gratitude," until it was too late. He came to Tulum. His gratitude levels fell compared to the other team members, and immediately he was shipped off. He lost his job. We told him that you're not vibrating close enough to manage the frequency of the vortex. He had to move back to Poland. And he knows I'm going to talk about this story, by the way. I have his consent. We're all about the ascension. We're not worried about, oh my God, they're talking about me. There's no such thing in our vortex. We're very, very aligned. Now, when Divine Mother came in, she basically gave me this. So I really want you to take this in. You might be like, oh, easy. He was not in gratitude. I'm in gratitude. Now let's talk about it. What are the qualities of someone not in gratitude? Why don't you comment and let me know? What are the qualities of someone not in gratitude? What is the first quality? Let me know. because this is your curriculum for your mastery. The
And-
first quality that I want to bring up today, when someone is not in gratitude, is that they are in victim consciousness all the time. They might be the sweetest people in the world, but they're always like, poor me, poor me, poor me. Now, here's the best part. This guy, in the last year, exactly, victimhood, bingo. That's one of them. I'll get to others. But I'm going to go fast a bit because I have 5 codes to share with you, and the best one is the one. Yeah, they're saying ego. I have lots of comments. Victim mindset, expectation, and victim mindset, and entitlement. These are all expectation, entitlement, victim mindset. Now, here's the best part. A year passed, and this guy has been working very well on his gratitude. And about 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks before solstice this year, our Vortex, guys, is a real life mystery school. The kind of stories you'll hear in our Vortex, you won't hear anywhere else. So just before solstice, the guide said to us to give him a $555 bonus. So we gave him a $555 bonus. We gave them a few days off for Christmas and New Year's and all of the holiday season. And right after, because we started praising him, we started like setting him up. We said, you're doing a good job. He sent me a text saying, I said, hey, why are you sending me stuff at 8 p.m.? Like, I don't want to be checking your text at 8 p.m. It's too late. And he said, I'm sorry, Eldora, all day I was preparing this stuff to send you. Now, we are very psychic. Our guides, like, we're so psychic, you can't bullshit us.
We're so psychic, it scares us.
So immediately, my guides were like, red flag, red flag. So I said, what do you mean you were preparing this all day? Send me a text of everything you did today. So he sent me a text, and I looked at him and I said, compared to Starla or Liara or Asteria who work with us, this is a fucking light list. This is hardly anything. You've exaggerated the crap out of everything you did today and made a 3-hour day work look like a 4-hour day. What's the big deal? I said, this is your ego in whininess, in victimhood, in like, oh, I'm doing so much. And that is not gratitude. And just like that, he showed me where he was vibrating. And he's like now going back all over again for the next year to again practice gratitude. This is his 3rd year. Don't think this is easy. It's not. This is his 3rd year in gratitude. Now, let me give you another example. Recently, we met someone in Tulum. She follows us on Instagram. And she was walking with us in Siman, just for a short period of time. And right away, she started this taking energy of like, oh, my life is so hard. What should I be doing? Blah, blah, blah. Now, this is another area that you have to watch out for. Our team, like Starla and Leah, like our team, core team, they will never, ever bother us and ask us for coaching when they meet us in our personal time. They respect us so much. They have so much gratitude for our time that even though they are going through a hard time and they know we can give them the code like this, they'll never say, oh, can you coach me, please? They have respect. So very clearly, you're able to see if someone is in gratitude or someone is not.
And this is where we lose people who are very much head oriented, because if you're too much into logic and head and you're not enough into your heart, then the lesson of gratitude will completely be lost on you. And we cannot overstate this enough that these frequencies, even though they may seem very simple to your mind or very simple to your ego, like, oh, gratitude is something I was taught when I was 5 years old. That's what most people would say. Or, oh yeah, I say thank you every time someone gives me a coffee. I have gratitude. No, that's not what gratitude is.
It's about embodying.
Gratitude is really from the depths of your soul, feeling and appreciating every single blessing the universe has blessed you with, even the smallest things. And I've noticed so many people who are lost in their head, like they're so like heavy in their thoughts and not centered enough in their hearts, that even if a miracle hits them, they'll completely dismiss it, like, oh, that's a pure luck or chance.
Yes.
So really take this to heart, to embody gratitude in every aspect of your life, because that's how you vibrate in a higher frequency, and then you jump into a higher timeline.
And what can you do? Simple gratitude practice. I won't get into it in detail, but this is what we do in our Vortex. Everything we do in House of Ra Ascension Festival is to align you to the new earth codes and move you through your ascension very, very fast. So if you're someone who's done playing small, and if you've tried everything else and you just feel like everything is so slow, our Vortex is going to give you that fast forward journey in a very grounded way. And we have hundreds, if not thousands of students who've been part of it. I'll tell you about House of Ra at a point when it's time for me to tell you, but let me go into a quick, so what can you do every single day? Start by having a gratitude practice. It's something you need to cultivate. When you're driving in the car, what are you grateful for? What are you really grateful for? Your body. Without your body, think about it. Every time you go pee, are you grateful that you have a bladder and a body that functions well? Every time you breathe, do you have gratitude that, oh my God, I have clean, fresh air? Every time you sleep on that soft bed of yours, do you have gratitude? Every time you watch our videos, do you have gratitude that your higher self is sending you these profound, fifth dimensional, sometimes sixth dimensional codes through us? Or are you sitting there watching us with entitlement or judgment or expectation or victimhood? This is something you practice in your daily life, and it's very easy for you to overcome this. When the universe gives you something, are you like with this expectation, taking energy, victim energy, poor me, whiny energy, because you've not yet done your shadow work? So start watching out for your expectation, because guess what? Those of you who are in expectation, you may physically move to Tulum, but Tulum, because Tulum is a new earth community, Tulum, especially the community, the part of Tulum that Siman and I occupy, is a fifth dimensional version of Tulum. So if you're in Tulum, you're either part of the fifth dimensional reality that we occupy, or you're part of the other 4D reality that most of Tulum occupies.
Where
Maybe
there's still soul lessons.
There's soul lessons, there's duality, there's control lessons, there's
ego, friction.
There's no pure unity consciousness, okay, is what I'm trying to say. So really watch out for it, because if not, you'll move to all these new earth communities, but you won't make it to the higher echelons of the 5D societies. You'll still be stuck in the duality lessons, and I don't want that for you.
My God, that was such an important lesson. If you do not embody gratitude, you may move to Tulum, but you will never enter New Earth. Take that in, you guys. That was a download.
Yes, because these are the codes, and
the
Divine Mother...
The frequency is where you end up. It's not the physical location.
Thank you. It's your free... You can't fake it. You can't fake it. That's the best part, isn't it? Okay, code 4. We're giving you the codes for your mastery in 2025. We're giving you the new earth codes. These were the codes that Divine Mother breathed into me. We've never really shared this like codes. Even though Siman and I lived with these lessons, Divine Mother said this is what humanity needs. Just because you're really good at these codes, don't think everybody is good at it. In fact, this is the very curriculum that everybody on earth needs. It's that big. So what is code number 4? The code of overcoming your ego's resistance to the quantum jumps waiting for you. The code of overcoming your ego resistance, which is huge, for the quantum jumps that are waiting for you. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick example, and Saman will go into the teaching. This is a very common thing we see in our vortex. Our vortex is a very activated ascension vortex. It's a very activated mastery vortex. It is a very activated fifth dimensional Christed frequency vortex. In other words, it's just a simple way of saying that Siman and I are way showers to teach humanity the fifth dimensional codes of New Earth, so people can leave the matrix and not be stuck in like the same old bullshit for the next 7-10 years or even the next few lifetimes. All light workers need this. Even millionaires who are like in 3D, who've made it big, need these codes, because unless they align to their soul's highest calling, deep down they just won't get the kind of orgasmic bliss and satisfaction that Siman and I feel. So here's a true story. When we recently had a very powerful land healing event in Stonehenge, Glastonbury, Avalon area in UK. We did powerful planetary work. We were guided to go there. We were guided to go to Stonehenge and close a dark portal, and then reverse the spin on the dark portal to open a 5D new earth city of light. 2 beautiful girls came to this event. 75 light workers from all over the world came, but there were these 2 beautiful girls. One of them came up to me on day 2 or day 3, and she says, I have a true story to share with you. She said, Eldora and Siman, I'm so sorry, I'm so embarrassed. She didn't have to be. She said, when I started watching you, all kinds of things started activating in me. I had all these resistance to you. Like, for example, every time you use the F word, like I was like, how dare they say fuck? Or every time you called us ascension junkies, because I sometimes, or Siman would say, we're ascension junkies, because we're all about the ascension. That triggered her. She said all these things, these human imperfections, or just judgments really, her own judgments, I started judging them like, why does Eldora do this? Why does Siman do this? And it became so big in her mind that she booked an appointment with her seer. Now, this lady she really respected. She booked an appointment with the seer, the one lady she respected, and she said, I am not sure about these light workers. In fact, I think it's my divine mission to stop their mission. Now, here's the true story. You know what the seer said to her? She said, listen, I know you. I understand your whole soul's chart. I see what you're doing in the Akashic record. You're a very powerful light worker. But guess what? I also know Eldora and Siman. I send thousands of my students and my clients to them every single every single year, to their channel. Not only to the channel, I send them to their mystery school. The seer knew everything about us. And by the way, I haven't yet met this seer. We've booked to see an appointment with her in a few weeks in January. I don't know who this lady is so far. So the seer said to her, you are right now being compromised because you're about to make a very major jump in your ascension. And when you're about to make a very big jump in your ascension, your ego really starts to act up and makes the other person who's causing your shift the bad person and somehow takes you off your path. And so this girl said, you must be nuts. She didn't resonate with the seer at all. More importantly, the seer said, I want you to go, if you can control your ego, if you can tame your ego, if you can humble yourself, I want you to go and do Eldora and Siman's entity and implant removal healing, which they have offered in the New Earth Mystery School. It's also available on our website at nems.love under our premium offerings. It's literally an entity and implant removal. She did the entity and implant removal this is where she overcame her ego resistance. True story, you guys. I'm going to give you how powerful this is. So her ego made us look like the bad people. She had all these doubts, but they were her doubts. Her doubts are just being projected towards us, but they're not towards us really. They're towards herself. Now here, I
actually wanted to add one thing to that because you said a very powerful code.
This is so powerful.
Whenever your ego projects doubts and puts doubts about someone else, it's always about you.
Yes.
Okay? In the beginning, you'll be stumped by this. You'll be like, how can everything I feel that's negative from my ego be about me? But it is true. This is the code that helped us ascend. This is the code that helped us corner our egos.
Yes.
Because one thing that I can tell you, this is the secret of the ego. The ego always likes to blame outside.
Like this.
However, what it's actually doing is saying, I see something in that person that subconsciously bothers me about myself.
Yes.
Okay, that's why always the case.
That's why
if you decode this, you'll get to the bottom of all ego problems.
And that's why when you're pointing at somebody else, you have 3 fingers pointing at you. Remember that always. When you think, oh, it's theirs the problem.
For example, in the case of this girl, she was saying, well, yeah, they use fuck. Right? Let's take that as an example.
And now she uses fuck.
So the ego will tell you, I am this powerful light worker and I never swear and I've been taught better by my parents. That's how your ego, it'll make you look like you're the queen and you got your shit together. But in reality, your ego is only masking your own triggers. Why are you triggered by the word fuck? Why are you triggered by someone being authentic? Maybe you were shut down for swearing when you were a child. Maybe you were not allowed to express your own authenticity or your truth. And maybe because you've curbed your own speech, when other people speak boldly, powerfully, and openly, maybe that bothers you. So always look, why is it bothering me? It's never about the other person.
Yes. So this powerful light worker did our entity and implant removal twice. All of that confusion in her lifted because we in this entity and implant healing, we did a powerful quantum healing, which we have on our website at nems.love, nems.love, www.nems.love, under premium offerings. But this is something that every light worker needs because all these entities, implants, they're blocking you. She did that and immediately, guess what? All of this just left her and she had this new breakthrough, this new aha moment. She first of all immediately came to 888, which is the Glastonbury event. They were so powerful. These guys are powerful light workers. They're on a mission. Like they are here in the New Earth timeline and they need a teacher who can make them go fast, and we are those teachers. Not just that, they both are enrolled for Healers Academy, Metatronic Healers Academy. They're both coming to House of Ra Ascension Festival next month. This April. Thank God it's not next month. I'm not ready for it. They're both coming to House of Ra Egypt. Like the list goes on. They're both part of the New Earth Mystery School. And there are no doubts in them anymore. In fact, they have become, and she in fact said, can I please send you what the seer said about you? And I said, no, it's not about me, don't. Because the seer praised us a lot. She said, Eldora and Siman, they this, they're that. And I said, no, I don't need that because I know who I am. I don't need that external validation from the seer. But I'm really happy that you aligned, because anything that is about to skyrocket your ascension, House of Ra Ascension Festival is one. New Earth Mystery School is one. Metatronic Healers Academy is a timeline. House of Ra is a timeline waiting for you. Our events are coated with a sacred frequency that will only attract those who are empowered. We're not attracting the whiners. We're not attracting those who are like constantly looking for free stuff. We're looking for those who are ready to go, ready to rock and roll. They're in gratitude. They're in service. They want to align more to service. They want to activate their soul's calling. They are here to be part of New Earth, not just be part of New Earth, because we don't attract people who are just wanting to be in New Earth to maybe have a good show. We attract the master healers, the master teachers, the leaders and the way showers of New Earth, because we got work to do, guys. We got to prepare you for your roles. We got to groom you for your roles. And House of Ra and Metatronic Healers Academy right now are two containers we have open. I highly recommend you check them out, but not with your ego's resistance, because this code 2 is your ego resistance. Anytime you're about to make a major jump in your ascension, your ego will make 10 excuses. Oh, you can't go alone. Oh, Mexico isn't safe. Bullshit. We're living in Tulum. It's the safest, one of the safest places on planet Earth. Or I don't know, whatever. Oh, what if you don't like other people? What if other people don't like you? No, people in our events, they fall in love with each other. In fact, the hard part is how are you going to leave back to your family? You're going to be like, damn, I haven't felt this happy all my life. So really get over your ego resistance, because we have no time to waste. You want to do this, baby love?
Yeah.
This is Siman's favorite one, by the way.
The third code that we wanted to share with you, that was shared from Divine Mother to Eldora, is the heart-mind coherence code. Okay? What does that mean? Heart-mind coherence. It means that most of our society, I would say 95 to 99% of our society, is mind-based, logic-based. Our society honors thinking and suppresses feeling. And what has happened is that we have lost the ways of our intuitive feeling, our empathy, our inner guidance, our gut instinct. And we become so focused on our head-based logic that we keep missing certain opportunities. In order to enter New Earth, in order to enter the frequency of New Earth, one of the most important things that we have to do or work on is to open up the wisdom of our hearts. And this is something we can only scratch the surface in this video. If you want to go deep on a journey of opening your heart, then come into the New Earth Mystery School. All the details to enroll.
Come to House of Ra.
Yeah, all the details to enroll our mystery school are at nems.love. And this is where we take our students on a very deep journey. We do it in our physical events like House of Ra. We'll do it in our Egypt festival next year. We're doing it in Metatronic Healers Academy. So we teach people how to go from the logic-based thinking into the intuitive and wisdom-based thinking.
Why is that so important?
I'll give you an example. 2 years ago, we did a New Earth festival in Tulum. And this one guy, he was very logical. He was a nice guy, but he was very much in his head, and he just seemed lost like the whole time, because he was like trying to figure out the spirituality thing, but he just had this like confused look on his face the whole 6 days when I saw him. And he was like looking at me like with googly eyes, like for him, his goal was to become like the spiritual guy like me, and I've done a lot of work. So he was looking up to me in a way. I could sense it. And he was also around my aura a lot.
But in a negative way.
In kind of like a following way. It wasn't positive. He wasn't acting empowered. So he didn't know how to approach me. So his logical mind said, approach Siman by opening a conversation and taking his time and like hooking him into some idea that he has to talk to you. So he approached me, and instead of being a heart-based guy and approaching me, when people approach me through the heart, through childlike innocence, through love, and through pure appreciation, they don't have to say anything. My heart automatically opens up. But because he's in his logic, he created this whole excuse to talk to me. And he said, I have a very powerful business idea that I want to approach you with. Let's go out for coffee sometime, and I'll give you all the details, and this is going to be awesome. And he was so excited and trying to bait me in, but I could sense something's off. It's not coming from the heart. It's just coming like it looked to me like he's dangling a carrot in front of me, and as soon as I grab it, he'll hook me in and waste my time. And I was not feeling the coherence between our hearts. So I said, you know what? You're an amazing guy, but I'm sorry. I make all the decisions based on frequency, and we're very blunt, we're very authentic with our people, and that's why our students rise so fast, because we cut to the chase. We don't sugarcoat things. I told him straight up, this is my first time talking to him, and I told him straight up, listen, buddy, you're a nice guy, but you're coming from a very head-based frequency, and the vibration of your words is telling me that you're not approaching me with your heart-based frequency. And for me, anything that's not in a heart-based frequency is an automatic no. I don't even need to know your business idea.
Oh, and why? And I want to also talk about why do they do that? Because in 3D, this is going to happen to you guys too. In 3D, people hook you, and if somebody says we have this business idea in 3D, you're always like, oh my God, what is it? Let's go figure out what this business idea is.
Maybe I could be missing an opportunity.
But in 5D, it's all frequency based. We don't need your stupid business idea because we can see your frequency. So in 3D, I want you guys to walk your path like this too. Stop believing the words people say or the image people show you, but start diving into and observing them from frequency, whether it's your parents, whether it's your children, whether it's your friends, whether it's your spiritual teachers, the people you're following. What is the frequency you are feeling from them? Now, I have another example to this because this is a very important code, and we have 2 more codes to finish. There was a girl who came to our Bacalar plant medicine retreat, again, fully in her head. This is unfortunately something I say with a lot of compassion. Most light workers struggle with this. So what happens when you're in your head is that you're always looking for proof, and you're always looking to hook onto the identity of your spiritual teachers or your reality, saying, oh, I'm a good person because I follow them. I must be smart because I'm a student of theirs. Or you're always trying to hook on to someone else's identity because you don't have that own base. You have a lot of fears. You have a lot of doubts. You're not in a high vibration. Now, this girl came to our retreat. This was her second event with us. The first one was the Pleiadian plant medicine retreat last December. She was flying. She came to Bacalar, and I remember as soon as the plant medicine retreat started, Siman and I were shamans. We were giving everybody, for 5 hours, we were offering our time in service. When everyone was under plant medicine of mushrooms, sacred mushrooms, we were giving people light body activations like once in a lifetime. We're not going to do this often, you guys. We don't touch and give people healing. But that night, we were so full in service. Our hearts were so open. It was gorgeous. We were in this lagoon. My God, crystal blue, clear waters of Bacalar. There was a full moon. We had this girl playing playing light music. It was very angelic. The angels were present. And within the first 5 minutes of starting, Siman was guided to go to this girl and unknot all the knots in her head, in her
mental body.
In her mental body. Because if we had not done that for her, her whole experience would have been head, because her mind would drive her crazy. And as soon as we did that, we only spent 5 minutes on her head. We channeled the energy of the golden sun and we cleared up all the knots. This is something that we teach in Metatronic quantum healing. She immediately felt better and she had a very pleasant journey. Not just that, in the whole journey and the other healings she got that night, she was in awe. She was in so much reverence for Siman and me. And towards the end, we have this on video. We recorded it by the bonfire, and she's like, this was the best night of my life. I had the most profound experiences. I was reminded of a time where I was an Atlantean high priestess. She even looked like one that night because she was glowing in the energy of the container. She had this crown on and she was just crying in humility and gratitude. She couldn't access gratitude before, but that day she was in a high vibration. And she said, guys, watching you both in service the whole night like that, it put me to my knees. I am so humbled, blah, blah, blah. Now, as soon as she went back home, her mind kicked in. Her mind was like, was all of that real? What Atlantean high priestess? Was that real? Did Siman really do anything to my head? Like, I don't know. And in that doubt, she came to Glastonbury 888. At Glastonbury 888, she was fully in her head because her mind had taken over. What does the ego do? When you're about to make a jump, it puts in resistance, ego resistance in the terms of doubts. Doubts, fears. So this happened, and in Glastonbury, she couldn't feel the frequency. She was so in her head, she's like, I need proof, I need proof, I need proof. Frequency will never give you proof. Your proof is your ability to discern frequency. Until and unless you're constantly looking for proof, like finding that angelic spiritual teacher who never swears just because that's your proof, or finding that spiritual teacher who doesn't make any mistakes. They don't exist, by the way, because we're all human. This is you completely messing up your own head. So getting from the head to the heart is of utmost importance. Now, all the events we do, we focus a lot on this heart-mind coherence, but not in a way that Earth offers it. You know why? because we truly feel that one of our superpowers is how activated and how open our hearts are and how we're able to channel the divine. And that is our highest calling, to open your hearts, because your hearts are the gateway to 5D. So in House of Ra, for example, we're going to be having heart opening workshops, heart opening discussions, even just coming to House of Ra where you feel so loved by another person from your soul family, where there's no like inhibitions. You're sharing snacks. Everybody brings snacks, by the way. They're all bringing healthy snacks. One night we just do snacks. Everybody brings like big bags of snacks just for fun, healthy snacks, and we put it all in the middle. We play music and we have a PJ party. So we're doing activations, we're doing healings, we're doing releasing of trauma, we're dancing, we're aligning to 5D, 6D frequencies to the music, we're partying with soul family. What does all this do to your heart? It blasts it the fuck open. And oh, by the way, funny story, that girl I told you about earlier, that amazing girl who was very triggered that we swore, now she's a potty mouth. She's like, I'm a fucking Ascension student. I'm a fucking Ascension junkie. I'm like, whoa, relax. She's like, no, I'm not playing small anymore. So she has this fire under her, like it's her soul has just sparked off. Okay.
And I quickly want to add, somebody asked, why does not frequency give proof? And that's a very good question.
Ooh, what does that
why
even
does
mean?
not frequency give proof? We just said that.
I love that.
What we meant by that is, if you're always based on the head and looking for proof of your spiritual experiences with your logic, you will be missing the biggest miracles in your life.
Oh my God.
And like Eldora just mentioned,
so profound, Siman. Say that again.
If you're always looking for physical proof and evidence using only your logical mind without using the wisdom of your heart to experience the miracle, you'll be missing the biggest miracles that are right in front of your face.
Pause. You know why? I'm being shown this. It's like what is a kaleidoscope? They're showing me this kaleidoscope. They're saying you, with your human mind, can only perceive the rainbow from vid gyur. You can do V, violet, indigo, blue, whatever those colors. But let's say you have a fifth dimensional higher frequency, a higher lens. Now you can see way below Vib and way past gyur. You can see a whole spectrum that's not available to you right now. So as long as you're in your head, even though you act like you're in your heart, many of people act like they're in their heart, but if you're in your head, and I say this because I'm on your side, I'm with you guys, I'm rooting for you. I'm not like saying, oh, you're not in your heart and I am. No, I don't operate like that. Nothing. This is me showing up in service to my divine mission to activate the living fucking daylights out of every single one of you. So this kaleidoscope, so what they're saying is that your heart is the only apparatus, like this kaleidoscope or whatever. Your heart is the apparatus to enter the frequency of new earth. Your mind cannot compute it. Does that resonate? Does that resonate? Your mind cannot compute the miracles that your heart can. And here, who tell me here, because many of our audience are in their heart, they can feel the frequency.
Once you open your heart, it activates a completely brand new lens through which you start seeing this world in a new frequency. I cannot explain it to you with words, but it's like you have a new eye.
Yes.
You have an eye that pierces through certain veils, and you can see the truth of everything, and you can see authenticity, but you can also see fakeness very easily.
Yes.
And you know how to navigate very easily.
So real quick to wrap up this code. Now this girl, because in 888 she couldn't feel because she was in her head, her ego fully took over. She had paid a 1111 deposit for Metatronic Healers Academy. She backed out. She had paid 1111 deposit to House of Ra Ascension Festival. She backed out. Not only did she back out, but she infected 6 other people from our core group and said, hey guys, all of this is not true. We're not.
And this is a girl that had received miraculous healings with Eldora and myself. And that's what we mean.
This is
even
scary
after miracle
shit.
Healings that are exclusive premium high ticket medicine retreat, even after receiving miracles that she could not explain, even after having the best night of her life, the mind kicks in when you get home and it says, well, that never happened.
Yes.
Well, you can explain it away.
Yes.
That's what we mean. You'll be experiencing miracles in New Earth, but your mind will explain it all away.
Okay, I'm going to skip the next code, which is code 2, because I don't have time for it. We're already at an hour because I want to get straight to code 1.
I like that.
Siman, you start. I'm coming. Code 1 is the basis of the code that you need to absorb. Okay, actually, I need to say this.
Fine.
You know why? Because I got the download. Divine Mother was in me.
I
And
can't do justice.
when she was in me, this is the word, the voice. I can't even try to recreate it, but I'll try. The voice
Yeah,
that was
say
coming
it.
out was like, you come with all your expectations, you come and litter the oceans, you come and plunder the resources of this planet. You have to realize that there's only this or that. It's black or white. You're either a plug to the system or you're oxygen to the ecosystem. You're either a plug to the system or you're oxygen to the system. You're either here in service or you're here to take. Look at that girl, Starla. Starla is someone who works with us. This was the voice coming through me. Look at that girl, Starla. All that girl wants, that fairy wants, is to give, give, give. In your Pleiadian activation retreat, one of your students, one of your participants injured her leg. What did Starla do? She accompanied this girl to the hospital. Why? Because she is in service. She is a healer. So don't think that you just getting a healer certification. Divine Mother was just speaking like this. So don't think that you just getting a healer certification with Metatronic quantum healing will land you in the New Earth timelines. Are you a giver? Are you in service? Or are you doing Metatronic healing just to act like you have a big resume because money can buy it? You can't buy your way into New Earth. There was this passion and rage, sacred rage, just flowing through me. And another thing she said is Carolina, this other girl we hang out with in Tulum, she's a student of the New Earth Mystery School. Starla and Carolina are the only two people we hang out with because they have a very high frequency. And Divine Mother started saying this. She said, and that Carolina, that girl, all she ever does is she wants to help. Remember that first time you saw her in that cafe in Tulum? What did she say? She came up to you and she said, Eldora and Siman, I love you guys. I watch you on Instagram. I don't mean to take up any of your time. I'm part of the New Earth Mystery School. I just wanted to say hi and leave you in your space. But I just want to let you know that if you give me your WhatsApp number, I would love to give you a full document of all the resources in Tulum, restaurants in Tulum, how to get shipments from the US in Tulum. All she ever wants to do is serve. And that girl, last week, when Eldora, you made a video that you had a lymph blockage, what did Carolina do? She came the next time to your house with a dry brush. Literally, she brought me a dry brush and she said, Eldora, you have to start dry brushing. These are the frequency holders to New Earth. And you know what Divine Mother said? You givers, oh my God, she was speaking with so much. I've never seen Siman intimidated.
I was in awe.
He was in awe. He's like
my jaw was literally open and I was like, who are you?
And you know what he was saying? He was saying some really funny things. He was like, okay, guys, I need a reorientation. Until now, I thought I was in charge. I thought I was navigating our path. Now, I don't know what's happening to Eldora. Who's in charge now? Eldora or me? I need the new book. I know. You were. You weren't. Okay, so, and this passion, and what was it I was going to say? And she also said, and Divine Mother was also saying, Divine Mother said, you humans, she says it with love, you children, you humans, whatever, you judge that somebody's washroom is dirty and so, or you judge that someone is, like you're judging all the wrong things. Like there's a person here in Tulum who does healings and I remember thinking, oh my God, his washroom is so dirty. Like why can't he clean? It's not dirty. I'm just very spoiled. Like it had a little stain. That's what I mean. It wasn't dirty at all. But in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I wish someone had a spa to do this. You know what Divine Mother said? That man is in service to humanity. Do you know how many people he sees every single day? All he wants to do is give. So Divine Mother gave me the code that you're either in New Earth in the service
You're either
of giving.
a giver or a taker.
Oh, and another code she gave me. She said, you givers are naive. Just because you are givers, just because you are kind, you think everybody around you is like that. But beware, because manipulators are all around you. They are here because they see that you are a giver. They see that you are an empath, and all they are here to do is take. All they are here to do is manipulate you. And it is very important, my dear children, for you to understand your boundaries, for you to love yourself, for you to know your worth, your value. It was non-stop. It was non-stop. So really, we're seeing this.
So the final code.
So this was the final code, but we'll go deeper with it a little bit more. What is the similarity between Starla, Carolina, Siman, and me? We're all givers. Literally, the guide said, you guys are always giving with your boundaries still, but there's no left and right. We are oxygen to the ecosystem. We are oxygen. They said this other girl who's constantly complaining that she can't make it, She can do a healer's. Oh, this is another thing of how all of this can affect your abundance. I had a free spot in Metatronic Quantum Healing that I wanted to give someone to just come sit through the whole $5,500 healing course. This is an invaluable gift to someone who would just sit and be the Zoom administrator. Now, I know 1,000 people who would do anything for this spot. And I know people in Tulum who would do anything for this spot. And Divine Mother gave it to Carolina. She said, that girl deserves it. She asked her if she's a fuck yes, and if yes, she's it, because she's not in it to take. So givers are given gifts, angelic gifts, frequencies, blessings that we don't even realize. Givers are going to be showered with miracles, and takers are going to be spun out of the vortex very, very fast.
Yeah, and there's several dimensions to this last teaching, and one of the important points that we wanted to cover about giving and receiving. So we said there's givers and then there's takers. But what does it really mean to be a giver? Does that mean you have to volunteer all of your time to New Earth for free and not receive anything? No, that's not the code. So that's what we wanted to clarify. If you are a giver and you're already in the New Earth frequency, you have to realize that you can be building your own multi-million-dollar empire like we are. We're the most giving people on earth that I know of. One of the most. There's others too like us. But we're in that frequency where we're equally in balance in building our empire, in building our business, in valuing our services. People often ask, why don't you give your courses for free? Well, I would ask them, why don't you go to your job for free? Like, this is what we do for a living, right? In order for us to value our time, the universal law allows us to charge people an energy exchange. That's the universal law of giving and receiving. You are allowed to be a millionaire while giving to New Earth, while serving the collective, while serving the divine mission. At the same time as you are giving, the universe opens up all of the doors of abundance. The universe actually showers more abundance to people who are actually here to serve humanity and are doing it from the core of their heart, from the frequency of actually helping people, not just to earn an income, not just to be rich, not just to be famous on social media. The core foundation of your intention for service is what matters in this case.
And I don't think we'll wrap it up soon, but it's very important for you givers, like Siman and me, we've learned this the hard way, to not overgive, to not give to the wrong people. What do I mean by wrong people? I'll give you an example. The other day, Siman and I, we have these projects coming in, right? For our next steps. There's many things we can do. For example, we can work with all the children of Mexico that are out on the streets. We can build a school for them. We can get them off the streets and give them education. But we're now oh my God, this is a very important code. I'm glad you guys are all here for this, because this is so, I have been meaning to share this with you forever. Siman, it's okay, so what they said was that Siman was like, Siman and I have a very soft corner for children. So every time we see children on the street selling these bracelets and whatnot, all we want to do is like create a school for them. But I said to Siman, honestly, I think we are here to do different work, because the way I see it is that we are here to do higher echelon projects, whatever that might be. That might be building Christ consciousness devices and pyramids in the heart of Tulum, where we're going to set up our base, where we can have interdimensional travel and astral travel and powerful world prayers, and we can set up portals through the pyramid into other dimensions. All of this is coming. We're entering a galactic phase. We are actually right now smack entering with, like, all of us, bells and whistles on, into a galactic society. So this is what I was shown, and I was telling Starla the other day. I said, Starla, now why, okay, this is so deep. Why are all the givers coming together? Why are all the givers who are in the frequency of New Earth magnetizing to each other? The ones who just want to serve, help, share, love, give. They manage their ego of like, oh, I'm the shit. No, you're not the shit. You just think you are. You're just a 3D person who might have money, or you might have this or that. You're not in the New Earth frequency. When you come to New Earth frequency, That's when your whole spiritual journey begins, the mastery begins, the magic begins. Okay, so always humble yourself. I say this because I've humbled myself many times. My intelligence gave me this superiority complex, and I had to humble my ego and said, hey, your intelligence can be taken away like that. Don't, or your beauty, like anytime. Like I always say to myself, I don't want any of these God-given traits. Like many of us girls were like, oh, we're so beautiful. It's all about allowing divine grace to channel through you. And this is what the download I got was that I wanted to share with you. I said to Starla that, Starla, because Starla now, like when, okay, this is deep. When I gave Starla, Siman and I gave Starla the guidance that, hey, Starla, XRP, which is a blockchain technology, which many of you know, it's a crypto. We said, we're getting guidance that XRP is about to blow up. We said this to her 3 months ago in August or whatever, in August. And we said, we're gifting all our team members XRP. We gave all of them 888 XRP for the 888 portal as a gift. Because we said, if we give you 888 USD, it'll be worth shit in 5 years. But if we give you 888 XRP, it could be 8.8 million one day, 10 years from now, whatever. So we were guided to give them XRP, and we took a stand. We're saying this 888 portal in August 8 of 2024, Lionsgate, we're moving through a portal and we're moving away from the USD, which is a falling currency, to a new earth currency. Starla, now this is the thing. I was talking to someone who follows us very closely, but who is fully in his head. And I said to him, I said, hey, you love us, you come to all our events, you're like our biggest student. Have you bought XRP? Because we've been saying it on like all the time. And Starla, she has this trust for us, and she's also in her own heart, so she has her own guidance. She right away put all her savings in XRP. It blew up. You know, right now, her portfolio is like, whoop.
It's like 5x, 6x. Right
it's
now.
Because of that one investment. Now Starla just automatically becomes a new earth. Now she's a giving person. She's in her heart. She's very pure. She's hanging around with Eldora and Siman. So what do you think is going to happen? More and more of you are going to magnetize. All the givers are going to meet. I have goosebumps right now. And then we're going to have council meetings and say, hey guys, you're all millionaires by then. I'm talking 5 years from now, because you've set up your business. You've been taught how to coach yourself. Many of you are the master Metatronic healers. We've given you business coaching. We are going to take you guys on a journey to the end. We're not going to leave you midway. That's our soul's mission. Our highest goal is to give you the blueprints of everything we've done. And that is earning 2 million plus a year, whatever we've done, activating the best physical health, harmonizing the body, mind, and soul, activating the higher...
Harmonizing your relationship.
Harmonizing your ego, everything. So I said to Starla, Starla, so what's going to happen is when we all friends sit down, we're going to talk and say, okay, Eldora and Siman are going to take this project. Okay, it's a bigger project. It requires a lot of project management. It requires superior leadership codes, which we have. Again, there's no judgment. There's no ego in what I'm saying. It's a fact. How about Starla, you take on this project, because you're already a millionaire now. You bought XRP. What if you take this project and you build something for these kids of Mexico? And Starla's like, holy shit. Because she's so in service, she's not working with us because she cares about her monthly pay. She's working with us because she's aligned to her ascension. She's aligned to the frequency of giving. And she's like, there's nowhere
and also aligned to our mission.
She's like, there's nothing else I'd rather give my time to. This is my highest service. And every slap I get from the vortex where I'm told I'm not in my gratitude, not for her. She's very high in gratitude. But whatever slaps she gets, like we all get slapped. She's in gratitude for it. And this other guy, when I told him, I said, you haven't bought XRP. What are you waiting for? You know what he said? And there's no judgment. I'm using you all as examples to show how your head is keeping you in the old earth timeline. He's like, no, I really need more research. Unless I believe in something, I never buy it. Fully head. And that frequency feels like, to us, right?
Yeah.
It feels like unbearable. It's like there's no oxygen
and it moves very slow. Like the times are moving fast, but your head will keep you spinning in the past.
It's like when we all have 10 million in XRP, you're going to be like, oh, maybe I should invest in XRP. At that point, you won't be able to afford anything. So you're keeping yourself stuck because you are in your head. Now, let's complete this and wrap this up with the service, this code of service, guys, and then we'll wrap it up. When you realize, every single one of you watching, the enormity of why you are here on this planet right now, you will align to service very quickly, because you'll realize, and this happened to me, this is a true story. When I got this alignment, I quit playing small. I'm like, oh my God, I'm holding on to all my hurt from humanity. They've hurt me. you know, all these silly things that we're holding on, like our hurts towards humanity, fuck that shit. We're here to shine our light. We're here to help humanity ascend, humanity rise, be the way showers by ascending ourselves. We are here, literally. Divine Mother like gave me this frequency. She said every email you send to promote House of Ra, every live you make to promote House of Ra, every invite you send for people to join Metatronic Healers Academy is your dharma. It's your service. She said the word marketing is very misused. This is your service. With every ticket that someone buys to House of Ra, you're creating a timeline for planet Earth. Why? All these are light bulbs that are waiting to just turn on. When you guys start operating from your life, in whatever you do, whatever business you are in right now, when you start aligning to serving, giving, getting out of your ego and realizing the enormity of what you are doing, even if your jobs right now are not fulfilling you, having gratitude for that job, even if your relationships are horribly unaligned based on your vibration, having gratitude, because that relationship is what's showing you where you are and that you are ready to make a jump. Have gratitude for everything. Love everything. Have strong boundaries. This doesn't mean you have weak boundaries and let people piss all over you. These are extremely deep teachings, you guys. These are very, very deep Christed teachings. And when you start realizing that, you know, that soul spark that's missing, and that's...
I wanted to end by saying that right now, you guys are all entering 2025, which is you're completing your old cycle. You may be transitioning from your 3D job to a new career. But generally, where I'm seeing the collective is everybody is about to start their soul's mission. Everybody is about to enter their dharma, their divine work that they came here for. So the most important tip that we wanted to give you in this transmission is take this whole year and align with your why and create that as the foundation of your business that you are going to be working on for the next 7 years. Align with why are you doing this? Do you really want to serve humanity? Do you really even give a crap about humanity?
Yes.
Do you even care whether people live or die or benefit? Or do you only care how many views your videos got or how many products you sold? Because that old way of thinking is no longer going to align you with your highest path. It's only those people who are truly, truly connecting with their hearts, who are praying to God and connecting with the angels and asking the Ascended Masters for guidance and saying, I am here to serve. I'm not here to make decisions from my mind. I'm emptying my ego. I'm emptying my vessel, and I'm allowing the divine to channel through me. God, creator, source, universe, whatever force you believe in, say, universe, channel through me and show me how I can be of service. Then new opportunities will open up for you.
Yes.
If you just say, I'm going to create this meditation phone app and it'll be a sensation because I thought of every possible angle with my logical mind, that's not going to work.
Yes.
You know why? Because you're missing the heart.
Yes, the heart is the gateway.
You can
The heart is the key.
You can think like a billionaire, but if your heart's not in the right place, you will be worth zero.
And you also won't ever be fulfilled with your life. You'll just always, you'll have everything. You'll have money, you'll think you have love, but deep down you'll be miserable. You'll have a void, a gaping hole, because A, you're not empowered, B, you're not connected to the light, and C, you're not in service to humanity. You're not doing what you came here to do. Guys, I love you so much.
I love this one comment. It said, XRP and Dharma are my biggest takeaways. Like, even if you take away XRP, you're going to win.
Of course. These are major codes. And you know, one of the things we like about our team, especially Starla, she showed us how when we give her coaching, we're not wasting our time, because every time we give her coaching, she goes back and she absorbs it. Even though for me, it's a bit slow. I'm like, go faster. But she is the fastest one we have.
Yeah.
She's our fastest student. She's going so fast. And we give the same coaching to someone else and it's like so slow. Not even 0.1% is absorbing in them. So the guides are saying to all of us, focus on your top students who can meet you. Don't focus on the people who are just worshiping you or like trying to act like they're your biggest students. Focus on the ones that are actually willing to do the work and make the jump. So I say to all of you, this is an invitation from my heart. If this is resonating with you, we don't do a lot of physical events. The only physical event we're having in 2025, the only live event where you can actually come hang out with us, meet us, be in the frequency of New Earth, is House of Ra Ascension Festival. It's happening in Tulum, Mexico, which is where we live, in April, so April 9th to 14th. And I would love nothing more than to see you there. Stop playing small. This is no longer the time to play small. This is your biggest trampoline yet. This could be that biggest cosmic jump yet. The question is, do you love yourself? Do you trust yourself? Do you believe in yourself enough to make this jump? Or are you playing small? Are you worried that the world can't catch up? Are you worried you'll go out of vibration with your family? Are you worried that you'll go out of vibration with your job? House of Ra is the portal.
And for those of you who are wondering what House of Ra is about, it's not just a music festival. This is where we bring in our curriculum to align people with their soul's mission. So if you are here looking for what am I really here to do? How can I serve humanity? If all of these questions are genuinely popping in your mind and heart, then House of Ra is your launch pad. Yes. This is where your souls align. And when we send people back home, they're going in all different directions and creating magic in this world.
Words cannot do justice to what House of Ra is. You can only feel it through frequency. We will never be able to tell you in words what House of Ra is. It's a cosmic portal. It's the future of Earth. It's your biggest launch pad. It's the cosmic event that'll activate the living fucking daylights out of every single one of you. So those of you who are ready to activate like that, at that level, see you at House of Ra. Those of you who want to check out the healer's certification, all of these are the two things open for you. Go to www.nems, which is NEMS.love. We love you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Share, please share. When you share, this is another code of New Earth. You're saying, I'm not just going to take and be a virus to the system. I'm going to share. I'm going to tell my friends about Eldora and Siman. I'm going to tell other light workers about these people. I'm going to share their videos on Facebook. So guess what happens? As you start doing this, the universe starts trickling in abundance to you, because the karmic board is energy. It's all energetic. The more you give, the more you connect people, the more you spread the light, the more blessings just shower upon you guys. Welcome to New Earth. Love you guys dearly. Thanks for watching. Everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.